everybody. We have a special guest with us today. Sweet Carol. You've heard about her.
Hello.
From our Paris vlogs, which she missed, sadly. We are now going into H Mart behind us. It's a well-known Korean grocery store. And we're going to get fixings for Korean barbecue with the Mercer. We're at the kimchi.
So do you have a technique for choosing the most delicious kimchi?
I just look at fermented cabbage in it.
So you look at the color?
Yeah.
So you get a darker one. Why can't, could you get the stuffed cucumber kimchi?
No, I don't. Pickled radish kimchi.
Pickled radish.
Soybean sprouts. These are mung bean sprouts. You see the difference in the pods? The pods they're really small and they're not crunchy like those.
Okay.
My mom likes mung bean sprouts, but I like soybean. I use it in everything. Every marinade that I make, I use sesame oil in. Gives it a nutty flavor.
So this is gochujang. What is the purpose of this?
It's a spicy hot pepper paste. Koreans actually eat this like a hummus with vegetables or lettuce. It says number 1. The prawn. That's a prawn with the head still on.
Hi.
What's its name? Polly the prawn. How's Polly taste? You got another one in there. Is that like a kimchi soup with prawns?
Mm-hmm.
It's a prawn soup. Is it good?
It's really good.
Carol, what you eating?
A spicy pepper
Ramen.
ramen. And
Is it
it's
good?
delicious. I'm
Okay.
just not navigating the chopsticks very well.
You can use a fork.
I'm trying to be authentic. Tofu and vegetables.
Nice.
Decided to go for the spicy version.
Oh,
Just got a nice little kick to it.
wow. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Lone Star Guys. This is our special guest tonight, David Mercer, the Mercer.
Hi, David.
He's down for a visit. We're not wearing masks because he tested negative for COVID-19.
Yay!
And Darren and I never leave the house. So, David has requested Korean bulgogi. And I've given him the recipe. He's tried to make it at home, but he says it doesn't come out. So we're going to make it together. He's going to do all the work, and I'm going to instruct him. Oh, by the way, we have another special guest here, Carol Taylor. Sweet Carol is here. First thing we did was we got flank steak. You can use any good cut of beef. We got it yesterday. I put it in the freezer last night just to freeze it for like 5-6 hours. It makes it much easier to slice. And I think this will feed all 4 of us plus some leftovers. Mercer's gonna start by slicing these very thinly, basically shaved. He's going to unroll this. Well, I'll let you start. He's gonna take one of the flank steaks, unfold it. See how it's tough to open up, but it is, you can open it up. And so I will say, there's 2 sides to a flank steak. There's this side which is a lot more meaty, and then flip it over. There's this other side that has the marbling. And this is where you will look and trim any excess fat if there's, and this one looks really good, so you don't even have to trim this one. And then this recipe is not a standard Korean recipe. It is a recipe that I like, and I'm half Korean, so this is half Korean bulgogi.
Okay.
More developed for American tastes. I don't like green onions. I'll pick them out of everything I have. You should marinate this with green onions. I won't be doing that. I won't be doing it with white onions because I don't like.
So this will be the onion haters recipe.
Basically, yes. We're going to crush the garlic with a garlic press and put it in this mixing bowl along with sugar, white sugar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. And I'll give you those quantities as we do them. But right now we're going to start getting the raw garlic. We want every piece of sliced beef to be covered in this marinade. And if the marinade is really dark, so you will be able to see, if you see any red, make another batch of marinade. It's very easy. Sesame oil gives you a nutty flavor. That's why I like cooking with it in this marinade, and you'll see me use this in the salads. It may seem like a lot of sugar, but a lot of it cooks off and gives you the caramelization that will occur on each piece of beef, which is what I like. This is not the Korean part, by the way. They do not, if you go into a Korean restaurant and order the bulgogi, you will not have this kind of caramelization, but you'll have it if I cook it for you. We'll taste this. Like I said about the strength of the garlic. The strength of the garlic will determine if you need more soy sauce, if you need more sesame oil, or if you need more sugar. Just the Korean bulgogi workout. One arm will be bigger than the other.
Want to see what you think?
It's no good. You keep doing it. You still doing that? Let me see. Yeah, now I see the oil on the surface. That's perfect. Soy is what we taste first, quickly followed by sweet. So what is your percentage? 50-50, 60-40. 60 soy. This should probably taste more like soy sauce rather than sugar water.
And I think it does.
Yeah. This is one of the salads, or what together is known as banchan. It's the little side dishes at a Korean dinner table. This can be one of them. It's whatever they have on hand. Bean sprout salad is usually a staple. Sometimes they make it spicy with gochujang, in which case what you see us making will have a reddish tint, and it will be slightly spicy. I got these at the Korean grocery store. They are H Mart. There's soybean sprouts. There's also mung bean sprouts. My mom preferred mung bean sprouts, but I like soybean sprouts because of the yellow heads. They're crunchy, and I like the crunchiness. So that's what I use. All we're going to do these basically is blanching these, because they're going to be put in boiling water for about 5 minutes, and then they're going to be taken off the heat, rinsed cool, and then we're going to make a marinade with the sesame oil, the soy sauce, a few cloves of garlic, and some salt. And then this will sit overnight and become a deliciously crunchy good salad tomorrow. These don't look too bad. There's some skins I see, so that's what we're gonna do until we don't see any more skins. And by the skins I mean, let me get one that's still on a pod. I can't find one on a pod, but it's these little translucent things that cover the yellow pods. So if they're still on the pod, you pop them off, and if not, you just take them and brush them aside.
Can you show one again?
Sure. Do you see one on a pod?
I do not.
They're like a husk.
They're like a
This
husk.
looks really good.
They're a little more sour if you left them on. If you skip this step and left them on. My aunts used to sit at a kitchen table. They pour the beans, dump the bean sprouts on the table, and they'd sit there and chat and take the husks off. Okay, so out of a 2-pound bag of soybean sprouts, what looked like a pretty clean bag, this is how many husks came out of it. It's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna rinse this 3 or 4 times, just in cold water. Just get anything else loose. Now we're gonna bring some water to boil so that we can blanch our soybean sprouts for about 5 minutes. We'll put the lid on. Do not lift the lid. My mom says you're never supposed to lift the lid when it's doing its boiling thing. She said you will smell an odor when it's done, a strong smell. So if it's boiling away with the lid on and you don't smell anything, it's not done. Let it keep boiling. It is about 5 to 7 minutes, just depending. The shorter the amount of time, the crispier the bean sprout. Just use about the amount of water to just cover the bean sprouts. While that's going, we can go ahead and mix our marinade so that we're ready to pour that on once the bean sprouts are done. Okay, the water's come to a boil. We've rinsed the soybean sprouts a few times. Now we're just going to add them. I like the little yellow pods. And see how the water just covers the bean sprouts? Actually, that's just fine. As soon as that returns to a boil, I'll cover it and set the timer for 5 minutes.
And you leave it on high.
I leave it on high. I might reduce heat a little bit as soon as it starts making this lid make noise. 5 minutes. My mom's instructions say let it set for 30 seconds, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo!
Steam hot.
Oh, they look good. Owie! Now we'll just rinse them with cool water, stop the cooking. This is gochujang. It's real popular now. It's used in a lot of people are using this. This is made with the gochugaru pepper, hot pepper. It's a hot pepper paste. It's not that spicy. A little goes a long way. But see how red it is? So if you wanted this salad spicy, which a lot of restaurants make it that way, this is what you would add to your bowl before you whisked it. So you'd whisk that in and it would give it a little kick, a little bite.
How much would you use?
I would use 1/4 of a teaspoon. I would like to see that liquid level up just below half. But you don't want to fill this with marinade because this will create its own juice as it marinates and the level of the liquid will rise. So if you do 1/3, about 2/3 of this, the bean sprouts will start creating their own juice. And then David, if you want to sprinkle sesame seeds on top. These are roasted sesame seeds. You will find them, give it a nutty flavor along with the sesame oil. Yeah, these are roasted. They have different kinds. They have a black sesame seed. I've never tried those, but these are my favorite.
Can you add too many?
Never too many. Ready to eat is when the color changes of the stem part. That stem part will take on the color of the marinade, which is a browner color instead of this white, or not white, this clear translucent color. And so these are ready to go into the refrigerator.
It smells really good.
So now we're going to make spinach salad. Basically it's the same exact marinade as a bean sprout salad, but the spinach doesn't need to blanch as long as the bean sprouts. 30 seconds in boiling water and we're done. So we're going to go ahead and get this spinach all cleaned up. We're going to rinse it to get all the sand off of it. We're going to trim the ends and then we're going to boil it for 30 seconds. So you'll see that. Okay. What I've done is soak the spinach leaves in a water bath because I want to get all the sand off of it. And right now I'm trimming the ends off of it just so we have nice pieces of spinach to eat when they're blanched. That's all. And Mercer is preparing the garlic that we'll need for the marinade. I got my spinach from the Asian market because the stems on it, I'll just show you. They leave the stems on, so you have longer stems, and that's really good in the salad because they're crunchy and they have a flavor to them beyond the leaf. So we've rinsed and trimmed our ends of the spinach. And as soon as that water comes up to boil, it's about 6 quarts of water with a teaspoon of salt. As soon as that comes up to boil, that will go in for 30 seconds, only 30 seconds.
What if it's 35 seconds?
Then I will slap the Mercer. Mercer's already minced how many cloves of garlic? 6. 6 cloves of garlic. So the last salad we're making is not Korean. It is actually German. I lived in Germany. My dad was in the Air Force and my mom liked their cucumber salad. They make it with sour cream, but she just had my stepdad modify it to her taste. So it's 4 English cucumbers. Oh, the recipe disappeared off the screen. 4 English cucumbers, sesame oil, white granulated sugar, and vinegar. So basically it's pickles, fresh pickles. But what we do is peel these, grate them very thin so that they're little discs, and then we add the sesame oil, sugar, and vinegar, and sesame seeds. So I cut off the ends, and now I'm going to peel the skin off, and then David is going to grate them on the grater so they're little discs. See you tomorrow when the Mercer makes the bulgogi. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We are now going to cook the bulgogi that we marinated overnight. We're going to do it on a griddle at 400 degrees, the highest it'll go. But you can use stovetop in a cast iron skillet. That always works well. Or anything that can get to a really high heat with a sear and on each side. Yeah, you want to hear a sizzle?
Whoa.
Sizzle's good. By the way, you do not need to put any oil or Pam or any cooking spray on your cooking surface because the sesame oil in the marinade is plenty. It will not stick to this. Szechuan beef, Mongolian beef. So in a restaurant, this would be just seared fast and taken off as soon as both sides are seared. But yeah, see the caramelization starting to happen in these little tiny pieces.
Smells so good.
So I will put these little tiny bits. You won't see this color at a restaurant.
Oh.
You will just take a little bit of each of the side salads, put them on your plate, and some bulgogi, and you kind of just eat it with rice. The kimchi and the bulgogi are good together because that's very spicy.
This is the
and
kimchi?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the kimchi. This is the bean sprout salad. And this is the spinach. And this is the cucumber salad. That's kind of German.
Yep.
And this is Bulgogi.
Yep. Radish kimchi.
It's radish kimchi. It's really good.
I did the first. Look, I did 2 without missing.
Look at you go.
Yeah. What's that? I don't think I've ever had this. What was this again?
Radish kimchi.
Radish kimchi.
Yep.
And you said it's really good.
It's very good.
So we're gonna try that. Try 2.
We are going to need one more fish for that.
Oh, that's really good. It's amazing. Like the flavor, just the more you chew, it's incredible. Yes, of course. I like the more caramelized pieces.
Well done.
It's delicious.
Very good.
Yeah. The beans.
It's the
I-
blanch.
They don't look like they
Isn't
would
that what
be
does it?
crunchy when you eat them, but they are, and they're amazing.
Everything came out really well.
Kimchi is good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part?
All of it.
God, it's getting away.
Wish you could taste it.
I wish you were here. The Mercer's gonna make his own. Next time we'll film it at the Mercer's next time.
Sounds good. Perfect.
Okay. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bon appetit.